I'm Michaé.
Are you? That's cool.
Yeah. Who are you?
I'm Quintell.
And we are
Who he is. Ghost
Ghost
readers.
Readers. Okay. You know, in my class, we do a activity where they have to like read the words because they're second graders. They're either yelling out the words as loudly as possible, or one person will say the word after everyone because they're supposed to be doing it chorally. Anyway, just made me think of that when we were doing that. All right. So, um, let me see. We really want to pick up and do more of these, and probably want to do more live
Oh, do
this
we
year.
now?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, yeah. But no, we good. Got a question for you. Um, do you think being
Yes,
a
I think.
narrator makes you better on the phone, or if you're a person that just has a great phone voice, does that automatically make you a good narrator?
Hmm. It makes you aware
Which
if
one?
you're a good narrator when you're on the
Oh,
phone.
okay.
It just, yeah. I don't think it's just on the phone though. I think it's in general.
Just when you speak.
Not just when you speak, whenever you're in front of a mic or in a place where somebody's hearing you in their ear. Like not just talking.
Okay.
So on the phone, yes. If you present something over the microphone, if it's coming through a speaker,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when you're more aware of what you sound like. So you might adjust, I guess,
I think,
sometimes.
yeah, I think we have good mic technique. So we're aware whenever there's a mic. One of my pet peeves, churches and microphones.
Do a
Well,
mic ministry.
yeah, because everybody who you give a mic is not necessarily someone who uses a mic.
Mm-hmm.
So you give somebody a mic and they're scared of it, so they're holding it down here, and you're like, nope, nope, can't
Or
hear
some people
you.
would just become a part of their hands. So if they talk with their hands, then the mic is
Right,
just flipping and flopping all over the place, and you trying to hear it, and it's like, no, it's going everywhere.
insanity,
And
insanity.
how people hold the mic is funny too.
What do you mean?
Just like I was going through your pictures the other day
Yeah.
from camp meeting, and the one of the preachers, she held the mic like she always had a finger or two underneath it. I
Okay.
just saw that. It's just interesting.
I think I did see
But
that.
some people hold it like some people put that one finger over the top. Some people grab the whole top of the mic.
That's the
Some people
worst.
hold it at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
I saw this comic where they were like, the sound engineers would design a mic that has spikes all over the head.
Oh, so you can't touch it.
You can't grab it, because there's like a capsule inside of that. Like the whole point of that ball is to kind of deflect and bounce sound around. So
Mm-hmm.
when you cover it, dude, all the shoulders just like that. And that's exactly how they sound. I'm like, are you kidding
Or some people will hold it in front of their mouth, but then they speak in like here, just right behind it.
me? Mm-hmm.
So it's really at their nose.
Yeah, yeah. I, I don't know. That should definitely be a part of your training as a preacher, how to hold and use a microphone.
I mean,
I wonder if they cover that in seminary. Like, is that a basic, we talked about like the newscaster voice.
mm-hmm.
If you're in seminary, do they talk about how to use a microphone? Because
That
why
should be
would you
part of
know?
capstone or whatever,
Right.
your whatever
The
that
rubric,
last
right?
one
How did you
when you
manage
got
the
to get up to
microphone?
present, that whole presentation is a thing.
And then it's annoying because it's like, that's probably like 5%. You know what I
What
mean?
the
The
grade
grade, right? How are you?
5% for holding the mic?
You think that's a lot or too a little?
That's a lot.
It matters though.
It does.
That is the whole. If we can't hear you, then what are we doing? You know?
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, you got some people you can ask if you really want to know.
That's true. I will ask. That's a great segue because that drives me nuts. So one thing we didn't talk about on the last episode with things that we do like at the end of the year and the beginning of the year. We always do a this thing is dipping on me. Let's see if it does more.
That's the thing. It's the mic.
The mic, yeah. It's just creeping on.
It's like the moon.
Yeah,
it's an eclipse happening.
No, it's fast. That's a lot.
Oh, that is going fast.
That's a lot more.
Wow.
All right, pause.
It's funny. You should have seen how long it was going to take. It's still there.
Yeah.
Just like that. Whoa. It's far, far, far away.
So now it's a long way.
So
I don't know how we sound. I don't think so.
Because you know my voice is delicate. I can't yell.
Anyway.
Unless there's a child on the other end.
Unless there's a child. Right. So what was I saying?
Segue.
Oh, yeah. So we did talk about it last time. We do end of the year videos. So
we tried.
Some we
always don't get done. Who do we miss the last 2 years?
Well, this year we didn't miss anybody. We didn't do the group one with the kids.
Did you go?
What do you mean?
Did you do a video?
Me and you did it together. We didn't do individual. So we didn't do individuals, and we didn't do a group one with the kids and everybody. That's what we
need to do. Because the individual ones, we have questions, and we try to get them to just talk based off the questions. But then on the group one, we'll have to do nothing. If you just put them too close to each other, things will happen.
True.
Conversation. Somebody will remember something somebody did or something. And it's more of a referee versus asking questions. But
I think we should just do it because we got one who is almost on the way out of here.
She ain't going nowhere. Well, and she has made that clear. Somebody's going to have to take her out of here.
Right. So you never know.
Which she is fine with.
Let me make sure we should just do the group one. Yeah, it'll be late. I don't care. But yeah, so we do that. And then I saw something that I wanted to try for this year. So we have like this jar, right? This good news jar. So every time something good happens, you write a note, drop it in the jar. Hopefully we get it filled up enough. We have to remind ourselves and the kids to do it. So then next year, at the end of the year, we could pull from the jar and read all the things, So I think that'll be fun because you don't forget the bad stuff, but you do forget the good things.
Right. So even trying to get them to do like, wait a minute, what was that happened?
It slips.
Yeah. Or and defining it too. Like, well, your friends gave you extra chicken nuggets at lunch. That's not really what we're going for. But that's what is important for them at this point in life.
You should put it.
And by the end of the year, they might be like, I wrote that.
Or they might laugh. It just might be something to make you laugh. I think you should let it ride. But
we'll have a lot of those.
Yeah. Oh, what are you reading right now?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm supposed to be reading.
Okay.
There's I was trying to read a book for my personal enjoyment. Drinking coffee elsewhere, I think is what it was.
Okay.
But it was on hold. I think it's like short stories.
Okay.
But
like what kind of, I only read horror short stories, right? So what genre?
My phone to tell you.
Okay.
But I'm supposed to be reading, or we're about to start, with the women's ministry. We have a book. With the marriage ministry, we have a book.
Right.
Probably going to have one with the dance ministry. So I have a couple that I'm supposed to be reading.
That might be interesting.
So ask me the name of any of them. One of them start with a B.
Okay. Book.
Breaking Up with What Broke You. Ah! Holy Spirit.
Oh, wow.
That's for the women.
Okay.
That's supposed to be starting. That's the one. I actually have it. Well, I don't have it physically, but the audio version, I did get it.
Okay.
And I'm starting that one.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. Did you start it already, or?
I looked at it yesterday because it just said that it was available, but I didn't start listening to it yet.
Okay. All right. So you can't tell me nothing about it.
Not yet. So, but I just finished The Making of a Leader because we finished MLT class. That's what I've been reading.
Ladies and
from
gentlemen,
July to
the MLT. I told you. She doesn't like to be in front. So being the valedictorian means that, that she has to
say words.
People, which it's not even that she can't. She just does not want to. So it'll be amazing. And she'll be not only will you have to speak to people, but now everybody's going to be saying stuff to you about it. So we're clear, right? Introvert does not necessarily mean shy or you can't speak in front of people. It means that an oversimplification is you don't want to, right? But
it costs energy points.
That's the pseudoscientific, it costs energy, so when you get home, you're gonna be
What you reading?
I got you. I actually want to start the year reading the Slight Edge.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Which is one of my favorite books.
It's around here somewhere, isn't it?
I told the kids it was my favorite book, and they were kicking it around, and somebody wanted to read it, and then it disappeared. So I might need to buy another one.
They disappear things.
They do.
Kids are magicians.
They are, but they can't get it back. But what I'm reading is like a 15 or 20-year anniversary edition. So it has different things in it. So it has slight edge testimonials, and people say they use it and how it affected their life and this, that, and the other. Like I say, just one of I think it's almost the type of book that you could read at the top of the year every year. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, let me do that. Because of some of the other things that I'm trying to do, I am very slowly working through The Power of Who.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, so I read the book a while back. I bought the workbook, so I'm working through that. And then in the middle of that, I picked up Bitcoin, Hard Money You Can't F With.
Ooh.
Right. And again, just I don't know because I've read.
Does it say F?
Does it say the actual word?
No, does it say?
No, it's just the actual word.
Okay.
And because it's in the title, whenever they can get it in the text, they throw it in there. So it's funny. But and it's not a funny book. Like that's I was looking because I was like, wait a minute. Author's not black. I thought the author was black, right? But
I can't. I don't multiple books.
Well,
I don't multi-book.
You don't. Well, yeah. I mean, and because sometimes I get distracted, I have to turn books off because I'm like, oh, you're not listening, so I'll stop it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to just let it run, because I want to know what it says.
Right. Because what are you doing? Are you doing stuff?
Daydreaming, or like maybe the author said something, and I go. And my mind just starts spinning in the direction, just about, even if I'm driving.
That's horrible.
Yeah, the driver will say, the author will say something, and I just start thinking about what they said, maybe deeper, and
then it's like 5 minutes later. Like, how long does it go?
I mean, probably like 10 or 15 seconds before I'm like, I'm not listening. I want to continue my thought. Let me stop it. Or maybe I'll refocus and say, oh, you're not listening. But most of the time I just stop it, And then, of course I can't, I like that book, but because he's throwing the F word in there every now and then, I don't want to listen to it if I'm with I carry the littles more so. If it was the older ones, I probably let it ride. But the little ones, they'd be like, "Well, dude, we can't even watch stuff on YouTube," and so
you'll get called out real quick.
Right, absolutely. He calls stuff out when he think he hear a curse word. I'm like, no, sir, this is Erica Campbell. You did not hear a curse word. What are you talking about? But he don't know. He just have hear stuff. But yeah. So those are the things that I'm reading right now, and I mean, technically, I have a Bible plan, right? So
I got one of those.
Yeah, doing the Bible in a year. Like I say, so I'm reading my favorite version, right?
Which is
the Streetlights. Yeah, the Streetlights version. But right now I'm in Joshua. I like the way that the guy reads, but there's no music in Joshua. And I don't know why. So I'm on like the 4th or the 5th chapter, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna drop the beat on me.
All the other ones have.
Yeah, all of the other ones have had so far. So if Joshua ends up not having music, I want to know if the next one does. And because of it's slightly dramatized, it works. It's definitely something that I can still listen to. And then it's jarring because so what it'll do, it'll give you an Old Testament text, a New Testament text, Psalms, and then Proverbs, right? Mm-hmm. The Old Testament texts tend to be longer because there's more content there. And then the New Testament text might not even be a whole chapter. It might be like 6 verses or 10 verses or something like that. But it jumps out of Joshua. And once like right now, I think I'm in Luke. Music's back.
Maybe they just forgot.
That sounds crazy, though. That sounds crazy. But yeah, so those are the things that I am currently reading. So that's cool. And I have to remember to keep pushing. I did download the book that you said you were like, eh.
Oh, the second one?
Yeah, the second one. Yeah,
the second one to the plot.
I was trying not to say the name.
Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah, but
we read it.
Yeah, I was doing other things, so I didn't start the sequel yet. I'm like, and then I got the Bitcoin book. So I'll get back to it later. But yeah, those are all the things that I am reading right now. All right. So, hey, listen, we are trying to condense this just a little bit because this is us. We can sit and chill and talk with each other forever. And I don't know if that
is that a perfect square? I feel like it is.
I think it is. It's a 16. But is that what's a perfect square?
We're not doing that.
You don't know? I don't know how that works. What is that?
Ask Alexa.
You want me to ask her right now?
Nobody wants to know that.
Yeah. Or you can leave a comment or send us an email. What is a perfect square? I think I knew at one point. I don't know. Something like I don't know. I don't remember. But what was I saying before you interrupted me with your perfect square?
If you, I don't know, you were asking the people something, if they wanted to do something, I don't know, send us an email.
No, that was about the perfect square.
Oh, no.
What was I going to say?
I don't know.
What were we just talking about?
I'm not in your head.
Yeah, you interrupted me. You made me forget.
It wasn't that important then. It wasn't meant to be.
Oh, yeah, we're trying to keep this short. See, that's why stop. Don't do that again. But yeah, we go long. We don't mind because we kicking it with each other, but I don't know if you necessarily need that in your life, right? And it's like we have actually beneficial things to say, and you probably don't get to it. Yeah, sometimes because we just babbling. So we're gonna jump to the meat of things. So my kids watch this YouTuber named, yes, her kids too, named Corey Kenshin, right? And I don't mind saying his name because like I rock with him. He's cool.
Y'all friends?
Not yet. But what's funny is they used to watch him, right? And he's very demonstrative and he screams and yells. He plays video games. So while he's playing, and I think he plays like a fair amount of scary games. So he's screaming. So as a parent, I'm in the living room, I'm on my computer, and this guy's just screaming on the TV. And I'm like, this is stupid. I'm thinking, typical kid stuff. All this stuff is stupid. And I think one day I sat and watched it, and the guy is funny. He's funny. He's enjoyable to watch, you know. So they love him. Everything he puts out. I think because of his celebrity and success with his YouTube channel, he had some other things that he was trying to do, and he really like disappeared for how long?
2 years? No,
it was 2 years.
It was over a year.
Wow, it was a really long time, and the kids were just so distraught.
Yeah, all the stories going on,
right? And
where he could be or what he's doing,
right? Because it wasn't just our kids, right? It was everybody who watched him was like, "Is he okay?"
He got over 1 million followers, so
right? No,
11 million.
I think something like that. Yeah, yeah. You know, is he sick? And somebody thought they saw him at the grocery store, and it's all these. It was like Michael Jackson sightings or something. You know what I mean? And it just made me think. So do you think specifically someone like him, or even us, right? Like the 4 people that watch this, right?
We love you.
Yeah, we like that. If y'all need something from the Wawa, let us know. Okay, we'll go get it. But
why the Wawa though?
The sandwiches and Wawa's great. Yeah,
okay.
And Wawa is kind of all over.
Oh,
so yeah. But like, as somebody who's online creating content on a regular basis, are you responsible to or beholden to your audience? Or is it like, they can watch something else, I can do what I want, it don't matter? Are you responsible to say, hey, do you have to leave an away message like work or something? Or if you're going away, do you need to tell them that you're going away and not coming back? What do you think?
Yes. No. Sometimes. I think it depends.
Okay.
I mean, you come into it, if that's what you're doing, trying to be that person who accumulates 11 million followers, you know, that there is some level of something. But when you get maybe starting out, it's like, maybe it's not that deep. And then maybe it grows over time, the responsibility that you might feel towards them. Yeah. Or you get to a point where it's like, I'm good, I'm secure in my people. Right. And they'll be there when I get back. So I don't know what his intent was. Yeah. Because they didn't know. If he thought about it, right. It was just quiet. Right. So, but he explained himself when he came back. He did. And it made sense. And he knew how people felt. So he seemed to care about it. Okay, what about, since this is what we do, like authors, right? So let's say you're a new author, right? You write a book, it goes gangbusters. Maybe you write a second book. They love that too. Now you have a following, right? You've gone places, you've been to book things, you've signed books, all that type of stuff. As an author, if you decide, I heard a comedian made a joke about that. Like, if you're an author, like, normally you write a lot of books that are before you hit, right? So what if you wrote that book first? The one that hit? Right. And you say, I'm done. I ain't writing no more. Do you have almost like an ethical responsibility to create more for your readers? A whole lot different. Okay. Depending on the story. Like, if you're creating content, you are a content creator. That is what you do. If you wrote a story, if that's the end of it, it's done. Okay. Like, you can't make me write another story or continue the storyline, I guess. No, right? No, it was something different. So just altogether. Another book. Yeah, you wrote like Stephen King. If it ain't in you. Oh, all right. It's like third and fourth versions of movies. Like the second one might be great. The third one, maybe. Who got 4? And all 4 of them were amazing. You might come back on the 4th one. Yeah. But it just depends. So it's like, if it's not there. Well, but I'm not talking about sequels. I'm talking about authors
writing books that
just
are
continuing to write. It's still got to be there.
Cujo, Firestarter, Pet Cemetery, none of those connect. You know what I mean? Except for
still got. I mean, if you're a writer, that creativity, it just got to be there. I don't think it should be forced. So I don't feel like it's the same responsibility. It's like it might take, who knows how long it took the first one to get done.
Right.
It could take them way longer. So if you are an author and you have things, or you're working on things, and maybe you keep your people engaged, like with something in between. Maybe you talk to them about the process, or maybe you are doing things out in line with the other book just to keep that presence.
Yeah.
If that's the kind of person you are, and if that's necessary for you, because everybody who writes don't necessarily mean they want to get out there and be creators of content per se,
right?
Where they have to be always on and always producing stuff. It takes time. Maybe they need to run off and develop the story, and that could take a year. Maybe they want to travel and get the, like with actors. Some of them take, I trained with so-and-so for 6 months in this, remote area of the world. But nobody knew they were doing all of that. But it's for the production.
Yeah.
Right. So when you get the thing, so maybe the authors have to do the same thing. Maybe they need time. And you can't just force it and put our garbage in there like, ugh.
Yeah. It does make a difference. I know, like some of my favorite singers, is so hard. Like they get this momentum. Like the first album, you were like, okay, I like this person. The second album, you were like, oh wow. The third album, you're like, oh man, that was amazing. Fourth album, what is this? It can be so difficult to really, and especially if you've made that album, you probably know you made that album, and it's
you keep running off the residue.
Well, I've heard skips though. I've heard, okay, they get to this point, and then a couple albums is like, nah, and then the next one, they not necessarily they get it back. They find something else that works.
But so much could have happened in that, like especially with music, or even with authors too. Your production team might change significantly, and that changes the whole thing.
Or your mind state, or you got a new mentor and you have a different approach.
Different producers, different publishers, or everybody comes with their own little, okay, this is how we do things here, or this is how you got to do it now. And that could change a lot of stuff. Yeah. For the people. So.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think that responsibility thing is I don't know if it's a moral.
I was going to say it's more of an ethical thing.
Yeah, something, because the same, I mean, like with Corey, you think people unfollowed? No, they waited. And he showed, we saw the video when he came back, people's reactions to him coming back. So it's like, did it hurt him? I don't think so.
Right. And I think the cool thing is, and what's different than, what writers and authors have to do, you write a book, they read the book. Yeah, they can read it again, but that experience isn't the same. Like our kids were watching the same old Corey videos over and over again. And he has so much.
I mean, he didn't make one, but he has an album or two just off of the foolish stuff he make up during, and they sing them like they are songs. I mean, they are, and it's a line or two. Yeah, there's no chorus, and there, you're not coming back, but it's enough for them to learn it and sing it throughout a whole hour video.
Yeah. He did really good work. But yeah. Okay, so last thing. And we're going to get out of here. We don't want to belong the time.
Belong.
That's another churchism. I think I saw somebody made a comment about it, and I've heard them. AI commercials, where you have, because it's a possibility, right? In terms of just the voice. Some businesses are like, yeah, we're not going to book or work with such and such a company. We're just going to use this and create our commercials with AI. But the sales team was like, people don't like this. They know and they can tell. I hear not so much commercials, but definitely like with a lot of the reels on Instagram and Facebook, there's like a voice or two, and it's the same voice or the same voices.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's very robotic.
It is,
but I feel like that's intentional. Like,
I won't say it's very robotic. It's close. The first time you heard it, you probably didn't know.
Oh, well, then I must be talking about something.
Maybe the second time. Yeah, this one, he sounds kind of like a black guy. You hear him a lot. And then there's the, I think she sounds like an Asian woman, I think. An Asian American, right? Because there's a slight accent there, but not. She always plays the woman I play basketball. It's the intro voice.
Yeah, no, that's, I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but it sounds
artificial.
It sounds too obvious to me for it to be. I don't feel like they did it to make you think it's human.
Yeah, but people care, and like it's just hard. AI may get there at some point, but right now, just like a lot of the inflections and things like that, like people try to use AI to narrate their books.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the genre. Because some stuff, like if it's more educational, informational, right? I think you could probably get away with it because it's just straight to the point. There's room. It shouldn't be completely dry, but I think that's a better place for it than more dramatic things.
But there's a range. You're not going to go above or below that. So even if it's good enough for you, you can't ask for nothing else because that's all they got right now, right? It can't get better over time, but I don't know. And then the only thing I think with AI, now I know with the imagery stuff, you don't like what you get, you can, the term they use is you can re-roll and get something else, right? So yeah, I want you to make me a panda with a huge Pegasus wings, wearing sneakers, you know what I mean, and a backwards basketball cap and a hoodie, right? And they make it, and you're like, well, can you make the hoodie red? The other panda, the wings will be slightly different, and the panda will be slightly different, and the hoodie will be red. So it's like,
like I wanted you to keep what you have and then just change
it. Can't do it. It can't, at least that I'm aware of right now. It can't do it. And if you wanted to make a series with that, okay, take this same panda, now put him in a tuxedo, and I want him leaning against a Lamborghini. You can't do the same panda.
So you can't write a book or illustrate
like a comic book, right? No, you can't. You can't. So like, I've heard stories about people who've gotten rid of their like art team. Like, we'll just use AI. And the person who was like, oh, no, they got a bunch of prompters instead of artists. And the person who was over the project would be like, I like that. I like that. I just want you to change this thing. And the prompter's like, put another prompt. It's like, no. Just make that green. And it's like, they can't do it. So it's like, go up, bring the artist back. And I just think as an author, it can be what you can't do that I know of vocally, like, well, can you say this line a little different? You know what I mean? Or now you would think you would hope.
I want to hear it say, girl.
Right. Or what if the name is pronounced wrong? Can it, so what we'll do, like, let's say you did a whole book. Now, this isn't supposed to happen, right? Because as a narrator, you say, hey, I need to know all of the names, anything complicated, cities, stuff like that. You're supposed to record that and send it to your narrator, right? And normally, like if you use an ACX, there's like a 15-minute Check. So it's like, hey, can we make sure that everything tricky is in that 15 minutes so you hear it and you're good with it, right? But just in case you're in a situation where it's not Samuel, it's Samuel. Like, are you kidding me? And it's, it's 50 Samuels seated throughout the whole book. We can go back in and drop in all of those Samuels
without changing the rest of it.
Right. We can punch and roll and get it done, right? But I wonder if I don't know if AI you can say, hey, can we redo like give me like Samuel or some word where
controversy.
Right, it's controversy. Right. No, we want it to be controversy. So can AI change all instances of controversy to controversy?
Right, and you rewrite it. How do you put it in the prompt?
There's
you gotta capitalize, space it.
I don't even know if it that's what is that?
Still the same word.
Find and replace on a word. I don't know if it has a find and replace function, so,
that's why you need Ghostreaders.
That's why you need an actual narrator. And could things change in the future? Maybe. But right now, I think it's the editing piece that would make it so difficult for AI to adjust to, and then not just the editing piece, but even if it's like, you know what? I feel like this character you came across angry and I don't mind it. Can you dial it back? Can you come across annoyed? That is a nuanced thing that it would just have, I would think it would have a very difficult time with. And I haven't followed the audio with that. But side note, like I read a book recently. It's like if it's so frustrating when you listen to a book and the audio is subpar. It's frustrating, but it also says to me, hey, we need to do more. We can do more because there are people out there
that are accepting less than.
This is with everything, right? There are people out there who will do subpar work and rake in all the money. And they don't feel no kind of way about it. They don't feel like, well, I guess I could do better. They're like, I'm out here getting it. You know what I mean? While we're trying to tweak and make everything perfect and all that. Man, get out there. Get out there and do that thing. Build a plane on the way out in the air. You know what I mean? Don't wait for perfection. Right. Don't wait for perfection. Because there's folks out there just doing a horrible job and they are fine with it,
Not me, said the P.
Not me, said the P. But we still got to get out there and do some work, even if it ain't perfect. They say perfect is better than done is better than perfect. So that's it. Listen, I'm gonna let y'all go. You got anything? Sound good?
Sound good.